Idol, radio, show, flash, back.
But with the N-word constantly like that, I don't think it's necessary. I just don't think it's necessary. See, I have a hard time saying the word myself personally. I have a hard time because I've always been taught that's something you just don't say.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't say it. You just don't go up to your friends and say that word because it has such a negative connotation to it. And there's all kinds of, you got to stop me because I'll be.
But you were talking about, you were saying that it's just universally understood that it's negative. And I think that while I understand what you're saying, and I think that I did agree with what you just said until I started talking to so many young people and realized that, right or wrong, it doesn't have that negative connotation to them when they say it. They are not thinking anything negative. They don't feel anything negative. We may be able to discuss why, but the reality is for many, many, many people, I think that's a generational thing that we're not necessarily connected to because it's so difficult for us to fathom the word being used and not meaning anything or not even understanding negativity around it. But if you have a whole generation of people who are constantly using the word and they're using it with one another and there really isn't any negativity there, then in their minds they're saying, why must I modify what I say and think based off of your old-fashioned standards?
Well, you know why? Because you don't run anything yet. That's why.
Okay.
Until you run something, until you run this world and run the government and run the politics, run the school system, run the general churches, run everything that's involved with us making our bed making your bed when we get up in the morning and going out to work and getting gas, all that good stuff. When you control that environment, then you get to pick and choose what we all think. But for right now, this generation right here, the young generation, you don't run anything. You children still. Relax. Stay in your place. That's not
interesting.
No.
That's interesting because the thought of those people who run around speaking that way, being in the positions of leadership and rulership in the next 20 or 30 years, it is a frightening picture.
Pop open a vein, please.